Hello everybody. This update is a little late. I guess it just like kind of slipped my mind because of the holiday. I didn't have an appointment this week. So yeah, it's a little late, but I just thought I'd update you guys. The last couple days I've kind of been feeling a little insecure, and it's just kind of been hard to shake. I guess there's been a lot of things happening in my life that caused me to complain and kind of be petty, I guess. And I felt like that was the only thing coming out of my mouth, was just like complaints and like talking about myself and about how horrible the situation, well, not horrible, but like how I disliked the situation that happened to me. And that's been going on for like a week or so. So it's just kind of, I just felt really insecure because sometimes I didn't want to talk to people because I didn't have anything to say except for to complain. So I just felt like I was being like really petty and was one of those people that like complained all the time, and that was the only thing they had. Like they were just like sour apple. So I was really insecure about it. I, didn't really want to talk to people like at work because they would ask me how I was, and I would just say, well, I'm, petty and frustrated because this situation happened to me every day. And it was just, I didn't want to like be, and I put air quotes around like be that person, because I didn't want to, be that stereotypical person that like just like complains about everything and can't see the happiness in life, because I can. It was just, they were like teeny tiny little annoying things that I needed to complain about. Even if they wouldn't necessarily be super important to someone else, they weren't necessarily important to me. I just felt like I needed to complain about them because it bothered me. But other than that, these last couple weeks have been kind of eventful. Like I had my most recent appointment, not this Monday, like the one that just happened, but the Monday before. I had it then, and then I had a doctor's appointment after that, and actually I got the birth control implant, and I wasn't really expecting to get it that day. I just had a doctor's appointment just for like a checkup and to discuss like my options of birth control, and they were like, oh, we can, and I wanted the implant because that seemed like the best option for me. I'd been doing research on it, and they were like, oh, we can do like surgery today, and they were like, right now, and I'm like right now, and my doctor was like, yeah, just let me go get my little cart and all my sanitized stuff, and then left and came back like 2 minutes later. I was like, all right. So yeah, that's there. It's the one that's the little bar in your arm. And the process seems scarier than it actually is because they call it surgery. And I'll probably do like a whole video like more in detail about it later. Just in case anyone out there is like thinking about getting it. Just so they can have like my experience and kind of take that into consideration. But it's not as scary as you think it would be. When you think, oh gosh, they call it surgery, and they're making an incision in your arm, and then there's like something in your body. Like it's not that bad. So what they did is she brought in her little cart, and it had the implant and then the numbing needle and some bandages and the I don't even know what to call it, but it looked like scissors, but half of it was like the safety scissors, where it was like the plastic, and then half of it was like the scalpel. She had all that on the cart, and then I laid down and put my arm like this, like next to me above my head, like laying down, so I was like that. And then she puts the numbing needle in, because obviously she has to numb that area. And then, I mean, there was like a little pinch from that, but it wasn't like, I mean, it just felt like a normal shot. Like, it was just like one little teeny tiny pinch. And it was just like weird, because like she has to keep the needle in there for a second to like get the Novocaine, to get the numbing, like actually like in the area that she needs it to be. So then she pulls the needle out, and then I sit there. It was literally for like 15 seconds. And then so not long at all, but she sanitizes her little scalpel and like sets everything up and gets it ready. And then all of a sudden I feel her arm on my upper arm, and then one kind of down here to like hold my arm still. And then all of a sudden I just feel a little, and I felt it, and so I said something. It didn't like hurt, I just knew it was there, but I didn't know if I was supposed to feel it. So I just said, "Oh, I feel that." And like I said, it didn't hurt. But then she lifts her arms up and she's like, "Okay, you're done." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it literally, I don't think the procedure was more than like 2 minutes total, like with, like she put iodine on my arm first to like sanitize it down, and then with the numbing, and then the actual like incision and putting the bar in, it was like 2 minutes total. So out of an hour-long appointment, that was 2 minutes. The other 58 were, you know, like normal stuff they do with the doctor, like height and weight, and just like asking about like medical history, and then they took a little bit of blood, just to run some tests. But that was it. Out of an hour-long appointment. So it wasn't anything too intense, and then that stays for 4 years unless I decide to get it taken out. So, and they said it's one of them. Ooh, it's raining. And they said it was like some of the most effective birth control out there. I mean, it's still like nothing's like 100% guaranteed, but it's still like the most effective prevention of pregnancy anyway. So yeah, that was my Monday. And then I haven't worked a lot these last couple weeks. I think I've only worked like 2 or 3 days a week each, which normally I'm working like 5 or 6. So it was kind of nice to have a little bit of free time, but it was also kind of like I've been sitting at my house like, what do I do? I don't know what to do with myself. So then so then that whole week I didn't really work all that much. And then Friday, I had the day off, and I got 2 new tattoos. That brings me up to 6 now, and I love them. So one, you might have seen these on my Facebook and on my Instagram and stuff. One is on my hip. Hold on. Where are you? One's right there on my hip. That's the Pisces symbol. Where'd you go? There. That's the symbol for Pisces, because I'm a Pisces. I was born on the end of February. And I've wanted that tattoo for like a really long time. Once I decided, when I first, like before I had any, when I first was thinking about what tattoos I wanted, it was the Pisces symbol on my hip was always an option for me. And I really like it because I was planning on, oh Petey! So I was planning on making it a little bigger, But this one is like perfect size because I've worn my bathing suit since I've gotten it, and like you can see it, but it's not like jumping out at everyone like I'm a Pisces. Look at my hip, you know. But yeah, it's like it's visible, but it's also like kind of like nice and small, so it's not like too showy. Which showy tattoos is never a bad thing, but it's just I didn't want it to be super showy, so it's like perfect size, and I really like it. And the second one I got is probably one of my new favorites. It's on my rib cage. Ooh, where'd it go? It's the it's a music note with a little heart and like the heartbeat thing. And it's on my rib cage. Rib cage is no joke. Out of all the 6 tattoos that I have, rib cage was the most painful. I like didn't want to breathe because I didn't want to move at all. And the next day, from like gripping onto my chair, trying not to move and trying not to wince and twitch because it hurt so bad, my arms and my back from being tensed up hurt really bad. So ribcage is no joke. I mean, I love the tattoo and I love where it is. I just hope I don't have to get it touched up super often. Because now I'm kind of like dreading it because I know how it feels and it doesn't feel nice. So yeah, just advice for those of you who want to get a tattoo on your ribcage. Really want it because you're gonna have to sit there through, and I have a high pain tolerance, so that's saying something. Like really want it because it hurts like a bitch. Yeah, and then I didn't really do anything super exciting all this week. I didn't really do a whole lot for 4th of July. I was just kind of, I brought my dog swimming, but that was pretty much it for 4th of July, and then we watched fireworks. I mean, but nothing too out of the ordinary, I guess. And then since I haven't been working a lot this week, I have been working out a ton. I don't think I worked out on Monday because I worked a double, so I was at work all day. But then Tuesday and Wednesday, I think I worked out for like at least 45 minutes each day. And then yesterday, I worked out when I got home, and then today I worked out. And I'm starting to feel it. I'm definitely starting to feel it. But that's good. It's a good kind of like, whoa, I'm tired. But yeah, I feel really good. I've been working out a lot. I haven't been really missing my medicine, like missing doses. And when I'm at work, I'm a lot more productive and motivated. So yeah, I'm kind of in a good place right now, aside from the little insecurities that I'm having. But I know that like that's not gonna last forever, and you know it's not the worst feeling in the world. And it's an easy fix if I get way too insecure about it. So yeah. This is kind of hard for me, but the last thing I want to say is I don't know how frequent these videos will be in a couple weeks, because my counselor told me last time we had an appointment was that she's in a doctorate program, and for her doctorate she has to do an internship, and she's moving to a different clinic for her internship, but the clinic is different than the clinic that I go to, so she so she doesn't know she can take me. So she can't take me. There's only going to be 2 more appointments with her. And when I found that out, I cried. You know, because you make a relationship with that person, and you learn to trust them. And I guess I'm just like kind of scared, because I don't know if I'm necessarily ready. I don't know if I'm ready to not have appointments and to not have, like, oh, this happened to me and I'm feeling bad about it. Well, I can talk about it at my appointment on Tuesday. You know, now I won't necessarily have that. I mean, I have a good support system in my life, but of course they're all gonna be a little bit biased because they know me. And my counselor now, her job is to not be biased. Her job is to just kind of listen. And it's really nice to have that. And I have options. I can keep going to that clinic and just see a different doctor. Or I can go to the clinic I used to go to when I went to counseling the first time, and see the same doctor that I had years ago. Or I can just not go. And right now I'm leaning towards the, I don't think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna, at least for a little bit, like I'm gonna try to, you know, not need that support anymore. It's nice to have, but I'm gonna try to like not need it, you know, and kind of rely more on me. I'm just sad about it. So I don't know. Like I said, when I found out about it, I cried, and then I went out after my appointment. I went out to my car and cried more. I'm just sad about it. But luckily, we still have like 2 weeks left to make it a healthy goodbye, because you don't really get a lot of those in life. You usually get either someone, you know, someone dies and it's, you know, sudden and you're not expecting it, so you don't really get a healthy goodbye, or there's a breakup between you and a partner and it's not a healthy goodbye. So you don't get a lot of those. So over the next 2 weeks we have time to, you know, to make it a healthy goodbye at least. Oh, I don't want to cry. Yeah, so we're gonna try our best to make it the healthiest goodbye we can make it. And it's gonna be bittersweet, but that's okay. And that's the last thing I really had to say. So I guess I'll see you guys in a couple days after my appointment. Alright, see you guys. Bye.